Okay, so now we're going to do another one. Again, I say it's very, very easy. So go ahead and practice doing this one. If you don't want to do the triangle yet, that's fine. If you made mistakes or you did things incorrectly or you were off a little bit, keep those things in mind and see if you can do a better job this time. Note that in this one, I might not say, here's the sign. None of the official terminology from our lesson on a concept might be used, but chances are that I have, since this is supposed to be very, very easy. After you've marked this up, resume the video so that we can review your results. Okay, so in this video, I'm not going to go, I always, like in the first one or two examples of a skill building opportunity, I go more in depth. In this one, I'm not going to really go in depth on why something is or is not correct or precise enough. I'm simply going to go over the answers. Okay, so we've got, I think I see where you are coming from. I think I understand your concept of what it means to, I really meant to say educated here. That said, I'm really interested in the teaching part of education, what some call instruction. Oh, there's a clue that that's probably the sign. Is that what you guys got? Did you get sign, instruction for the sign, and did you label it as such? When I use that word, so this is reinforcing that this is the correct answer. Again, we've got to use our college level English language reading skill, reading comprehension skills, in conjunction with what we've learned about our concept of a concept, okay? So it says when I use that word, in other words, they used it, sometimes they use it, but they're saying the word, right? And we know that a sign is the word or word phrases that name a concept. So this is more affirmation or confirmation that this is in fact the sign. They say when I use that word, I'm thinking of what one source, oh look, defines. Yes, so we know that they are about to give us a what? A definition. Again, don't forget what I said about quotation marks around definitions. Oh, by the way, when it came to the last example, I hope you did not put quotation marks here. If you put quotation marks, not here, up here. If you put quotation marks, take them away. I will not say that you're plagiarizing. We do not want to put quotation marks here. We do not want to put quotation marks here. The only thing that we put quotation marks around when we're doing a concept diagram is the what? The sign, okay? So you've got to remember that if you do have a definition in quotation marks, that you're not going to put the quotation marks, you're not going to include them in what you copy into the concept diagram. Okay, so when I'm using that word, and so then say a source defines, so did you get this part as the definition? And remember that the labels are above the things that are being identified. So when I write the word sign, it's for instruction. When I write the word definition, it's for detailed information telling. So then did you underline everything that is in quotation marks? Every single thing. That is the definition. Okay. That means, so again, we can use, guys, I have to get rid of this right here. It's bothering the heck out of me. Sometimes when we use the word means, we are giving the definition, but again, using our college level reading skills in the analysis and markup that we've done this far, we know that they're not giving the meaning of instruction. We know that they're giving us the meaning of the concept in terms of an example. We have to isolate that as example. So it means that the professor's marker example on how to diagram a concept counts as an example of said sign. So wow, they're really enforcing right here. They're saying this counts as an example of what sign. So now they're using the word sign, the sign of what? Instruction. So what should we have circled? The only thing that we should have circled was, yes, the word the. So the professor's marker example on how to diagram a concept. Those are the only words that should have been circled as example, and then of course we would have written the word example right here. The markup is kind of blending into each other at this point, and that's okay because I can see that the proper work was done there, and like I said, when you do this for a grade, I will have more line space. That said, we don't include this introductory clause. The actual example begins with the word the, not with professors. And then here they're just saying that what has been circled counts as an example of said sign. It just turns out, so this one might be just a little bit harder than the other one. It involves a little bit more conceptual clarity in your own understanding. Um, they do use the word example in the definition because the example is an example that the professor gave. Okay, so again, you got to keep context in mind. You've got to look at the word. How is it being used in the sentence? How is it being used in the paragraph? And things of that nature. All right, so if you want to, you can pause the video and do the diagram, or you can, if you've already done it, you can make connections as necessary, if any. So guys, let's just do a quick review. What is the only thing that should have quotation marks around it in this diagram? Just the sign. True, false. If the definition in the paragraph has quotation marks around it, when you copy it to the concept triangle, it should also have quotation marks? False, right? Leave out the quotation marks from the definition. So if you already did the diagram, did you include the quotation marks around the word instruction? You should have, right? Did you label it as sign? You should not have. Okay, so then next, we're going to do the definition. Detailed. Also, guys, we don't use abbreviations, so make sure you're writing it out completely. Detailed information telling how something should be done, operated, or assembled. Okay. Did you write all of the definition? You needed to. Did you leave out any words? You shouldn't have. Did you change any words? You shouldn't have. Did you rearrange the words? You should not have. Did you put quotation marks around this? You should not have. If you did all these things, don't erase them. Just cross them out and write notes about what the problem was and to make sure you avoid it next time. And then, of course, here we are just extracting the example, which is so again, did you put quotation marks around this? You shouldn't have, right? Did you leave out any words? Shouldn't have. Did you change any of this? We should not have, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and do the last example in another video.